I'm Ross, this is Larry, and this is
Boat
Boat
Talk.
Talk. All right, guys, welcome back. Episode 3, back by popular demand. I got to tell you, we have gotten so
Lot of
much.
demand.
Lot
Lot of demand.
I mean, I think this is most successful.
Like sliced bread.
I think
like
it's the most
sliced bread.
successful Boat Talk video ever.
Ever.
We've got
Ever.
180 views on Boat Talk 1
Yep.
and 82 views on Boat Talk 2.
Why is
Why only
too
82?
laggy?
I don't know what these people are doing. Why don't they go and watch it?
It's 20
if
minutes
you're
long.
watching this, go back and watch Boat Talk 2.
Because you might not be able to follow the
You're
whole
not going to
progression.
follow it. It's kind of like a series, right? You got to be able to follow the series, right? So, so Boat Talk 3, we're gonna have a great show today.
So speaking of like, transitioning back to Boat Talk 2, I mentioned Pavati,
Yes.
high-end boat maker. They make aluminum hulled engines, aluminum hulls boats. These are wakeboard boats. They cost 200
$280.
plus, 200, 300 grand.
Yeah,
They're expensive.
They
Something
probably make
like
like
that.
10
They're
boats.
really
Yeah.
cool. Everyone's customized. They only make like 10 or 12 a year.
I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, really cool boats. But I said mistakenly at the time, I didn't know this, but because I usually know everything, so I didn't know this. That's why it's so odd.
Yeah,
that's why it's so odd. That's why I
very odd to me.
So I said it was a
Not at
Lamborghini
all
of boats, but Lamborghini is actually the Lamborghini of boats because Lamborghini now makes a boat.
They may make a wakeboard boat.
Now it's like a 30 to 40 foot like cigarette-ish boat, but like way nicer.
Okay.
So it's like $3.5 million.
But I'm gonna say $3.5
$3.5 million.
right in my price range.
Yeah, which is right in the sweet spot.
Sweet spot. What do you want to pay for a boat?
This
Can
guy,
I sell like 5 of those?
maybe a little more than Pavati, but
Maybe.
So they got 2 V12 engines, 4,000 horsepower, which is unbelievable.
Inboard or outboard? Something like
There's
outboard.
2 V12s. No, it's got to be inboard. It's got to be inboard.
2 inboard engines.
Yes, V12s. You can't have a V12 outboard engine, numbnuts. How would you have a V12?
Hey, watch that.
What is that bad language?
We're a family podcast.
Numbnuts.
It's
Numbnuts
fine.
is not a bad word.
It's fine.
You dropped an F-bomb in one of your episodes.
Yeah.
Okay, I did.
Yeah.
That was.
And numbnuts is not even close to that.
I think a
Yeah.
producer was supposed to cut that, and she didn't cut it because we didn't air it.
But $20 is not enough.
$20 apparently is not enough to produce. Boat Talk.
Dead it. That doesn't get you editing.
I had to prepay this one because she decided that if we didn't prepay her, she wasn't going to do Boat Talk 3. So check out.
It's my daughter. She has to.
Well, she doesn't have to. She doesn't live with you
She
anymore.
really doesn't.
Yeah, but she has a job.
She has a job. She's out in California.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I paid for Boat Talk 3 in advance
Okay, all right.
for
all
a
right.
producer. We have our first guest ever. Connor, last name will not be released because we don't want to.
He's a one-name guy. He only goes by one name.
Kind of
He's like
Fabio.
Fabio. Fabio? I got a funny
Sure,
story about Fabio.
Sure.
I got a really funny
Is
story.
it
I actually
really
met
funny?
Fabio. Well, it's interesting. It's maybe not
I don't
appropriate.
think I don't think it makes Boat Talk if it's only interesting.
It could be.
It's got to be funny.
You would think it's funny.
I don't
But
know.
they might.
I
Our
don't know if
audience might not think
audience-
it's funny.
Our audience.
And
is
how
looking
my-
for- Our audience is looking for bonus content. So maybe the Fabio story is bonus.
doesn't have anything to do about
at
bonus.
the end. At the end.
Okay, bonus
So
content.
we brought Connor on.
And
Is
who only has
Connor-
one name, like rappers. He's a rapper.
Yeah, Connor is like a rapper.
Like one
We brought him on. You know, we were actually going to have the Spider Monkey as our first guest, but he's been absent for a month. So Connor made the cut. He's going to be our first guest. So Connor, let's talk about surfing.
Okay.
All right, how old are you?
I am 10.
You're 10. How long you been surfing?
About 3 years.
3 years.
Maybe 2.
How long you been dropping the rope?
1.
1 year, just 1 year. Yeah.
Something like
Now
that.
you're ready though. Like, what's your favorite wakeboard? What kind of board do you like to use? Surfboard. What brand?
Phase 5.
Phase 5 is an
I
awesome
love
board,
Phase
and
Why is it?
5.
I got Phase 5.
Yeah.
they should sponsor us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good boards.
Yeah,
Is your
they're
new one?
nice.
Is your new one a Phase 5?
Yeah, they're right here. That bad boy right here is a Phase 5.
Then you
It's
got.
called the Hammerhead. Good for doing tricks, spinning.
So it's kind of like its owner,
Yeah.
a hammerhead, right?
Hammerhead.
So your board's a hammerhead because you're a
I am
hammerhead?
Hammerhead, yes, exactly. So Connor, so we did a little test drive. We were out there. I got a Moomba.
Yeah.
It's a 2016 Moomba. It's a wake boat.
Addition.
We just upgraded the ballast. We got what 3,000 pounds of ballast now.
Something like that.
And he fixed the prop because you broke it.
Fix the prop.
Also that.
3,800 pounds.
Sad.
So
Sad.
I'm looking at. I want to try and Larry got a new boat this year. This one we're on. This beautiful Nautique.
The naughty.
His new boat. He's got twice the weight
Episode
I've
2.
got. So I'm a little jealous. So trying to
Yeah.
upgrade.
You know, every like inch of wake costs you like 10 grand.
Exactly. That's about right.
Yeah.
Every inch
Yeah.
of weight costs 10 grand. That's about right. So we went out. We had just drove a Mastercraft
Ah,
X-Star.
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 It's like a 23-foot boat. Beautiful boat. Oh my
yeah,
god.
it's nice.
It's a nice looking boat.
Nice.
Connor was the first one to try it out. How'd you like the weight?
So the person who is
Say no more.
yeah.
Wow. Ringing endorsement. When you have to say so, yeah.
Yeah,
You know-
there we go. Thanks for your.
So this boat is probably 200 grand. 180 to 200.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a beautiful boat. But for some reason we could not dial in the weight. We couldn't dial
Yeah,
in-
but we had that
Well-
problem too when we went and demoed that Malibu,
Yeah.
and I think it was more
Well, when I
not the boat so
Let
much.
him talk. You gotta guess.
Alright. So what
Okay,
the
spit it out.
Alright. The wake was nicer when I was going. Then
We
we
switched-
changed the wake and it looked ugly.
So here's the thing, guys. Like
Oh, you got,
I
beat by the ugly
recommend.
stick.
No, we
Sure.
changed the wake. We dialed the buttons, and here's the thing: like, you're gonna spend this much money on a boat, you need to test drive them and figure out if you like the wake or not, right? Because you're gonna spend that kind of money. I mean,
You want it to be perfect.
You want it to be perfect, right? You don't want to just like come out there and like, oh wow. So, what'd you say first time you got off the wake? What'd you tell me? I said, hey, how'd you like the wake? What'd you say?
I liked our boat better.
You like the Moomba better, which
Yeah.
is like
Why?
a third of the cost of this boat. And I'm like, I can't buy this boat because the wake is not what I wanted. I mean,
And it
honestly,
might be, but maybe it didn't have it dialed in right. You
Yeah,
don't know.
No, here's
Yeah.
The thing is, you got when you're it's not like when you're test drive a car. I mean, you got how many car dealers are around you? You have plenty of opportunities. When you're test driving a boat, you got one shot because
Yeah.
you usually got to go to. I mean, sometimes they can bring it down to your lake, or you usually got to drive there and
Yeah.
test on their lake. So they got one shot to sell you the boat,
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
and
so it didn't work out.
it didn't work out. On to the next.
On to the next. So I don't know. The guy from Nautique is calling me, your dealer. He wants me to come test drive one of his boats.
The G21.
I don't know. He said, "Come." He let me know which one you want to test drive. So I'm going to test drive it on the way home. But yeah, so it was very unfortunate because I mean, when Connor got out there on that wake, it looked beautiful.
Yeah, it did.
So the
It
first time he
felt
did it,
too.
and then we're like, "Oh, let's adjust the wake, like make it less big," and then we couldn't get it back. And I went out there and I couldn't stay on the wake.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to pay,
And it's
Three
no. So I mean, you're saying it wasn't you; it was the wake.
well,
It was the wake.
let me put it this way. Let me put it this way, Larry. Let me put it this way. If you're going to spend 180 grand, it should be any wake they throw off, I should be able to stay on it.
Yeah.
Anything. And I couldn't.
Because I'm buying the boat, so if I can't surf it, it sucks.
It sucks.
Yeah.
It's not me.
It's the boat.
You
It's
know,
the boat.
and the boat like is probably 180 grand. I'm like, not what you want. in a
No.
boat.
No.
So Connor came out, and I swear to God, he said, I said, how's the wake? And he says, I like the Moomba better. And I'm like,
The
the dealer,
salesman
the
did not-
dealer was with me, the salesman, and I felt like, man, he probably didn't like hearing that. No.
No.
Then I tried it, and I kept falling off the back. I don't know what happened. I don't know. You know,
Oh.
honestly, I think it was just dialing it up. And the problem with our lake is it's shallow in a lot of places, so we've got
Yeah.
one good surf area to surf. And it's a little circle, and if you go off the circle, it dies on you. The wake.
Well, you hit some shallow spots.
You need to have at least 10 feet of depth.
Which brings us to physics.
Okay, wait a minute. Are we done with this section? Are we
I
moving
think
on?
so.
to
Well,
section
it's
two?
kind of the same.
Section 1 is done. Section 2, physics. Larry has a physics lesson for us.
Well, it's not a lesson.
Can
It's a
you
question.
make it
It's a
quick?
question.
Okay.
It's a question.
All right.
It's a question.
Can you make it
All right.
quick?
So,
No, I guess it's a no. I guess that's a no. Larry's going to drag this out. Go ahead.
you need in a surf boat, you need deep water, 10
10
feet
feet
plus.
minimum.
Yeah, 10 feet minimum, kind of like to make the optimal wake. why is that is exact opposite in the ocean where you can have a huge ass wave out in the middle of the ocean, but it's only like 4 feet above.
Sure.
It's a roller, but it gets into shallow water. The below portion of the wave comes up and gets bigger. Should it be the same? The pressure on the boat in shallower water should exert
A bigger
higher
wave.
pressure. Yeah, and they make the wave higher in shallower water than it would be.
You know,
in deeper
that's
water.
a great question. Do you
That
know
is a
the
great
answer?
question.
No.
What's your physics teacher teach you about this? Talk to us.
Do physics.
What?
You don't do physics.
You're
What kind
10.
of school are you going to?
What do
Are you sending private school for this?
Yeah.
Is this e-learning? So this is e-learning.
It's the e-learning.
This is
guys.
what you get from e-learning.
E-learning.
No physics. No physics.
No physics.
No 10-year-old physics.
No 10-year-old physics.
What the?
I'm
All right.
learning it.
Well,
Or
listen.
Whatever.
Private
Viewers.
school? Because his dad's
Listen,
spelling.
listen,
Private
viewers.
school? Private
Yes,
school?
sir.
Hey, don't ask the cameraman to talk. You're breaking it up. Let me do
Ask
this.
me.
I want to do one thing. Larry's asked a question of our viewers. For Boat Talk 3, after you watch this video, post in the comments if you know
Why?
why the wakes are bigger close to shore and shallow water for real surf.
No. Everyone knows why the ocean is there. Because the waves are actually mostly underwater on the ocean. And when they get to shallower water, there's nowhere to go because the water's shallow, so they go up.
Okay, so
Why
ask
isn't
your
that
question
same?
to our
Why
view-
isn't? Yeah, no, but you phrased it the wrong way.
Please phrase it. Phrase it the right way.
So
Larry.
why are waves way bigger in the ocean and shallower water, and exact opposite when you're wake surfing behind a boat? There you go. I thought that was pretty.
Okay,
simple.
so viewers,
Yeah.
we're on YouTube as a podcast. You know, at some point we'll have to figure out how to put it on Apple Tunes, iTunes.
What's that?
Well, that's where you post actual podcasts.
Oh,
Because people may want to just hear our voices. They may not want to look at us.
that's a good point.
Sun's out, guns out.
They may not want to look at us, Larry.
That's a
All
good
right,
point. That's
so-
good. That's very valid.
So
That's very
please
valid.
post a comment if you understand why this is, because we are dying to know.
So any of you physics professors out there watching this?
Yeah, I'm sure we got hundreds.
University of Chicago physics
We have
professors.
185 views.
There's got to be
I
some.
gotta imagine that's 185 viewers, because who would watch it twice?
There's got to be someone.
Besides you
There's
and me.
got to be a guy who works at Fermi Lab that should be able to. If he can split atoms, you can
And
see
I,
how to
I
explain
imagine he's watching Boat Talk.
this. He could be. He could because these guys
Oh, yeah.
are they're onto something.
All right.
Next episode's about splitting
Oh my
atoms.
god. This is primo content. You didn't know you. That's bonus content actually for.
Oh yeah. First you subscribers.
We're gonna do.
For you
We're
subscribers.
gonna do a Patreon, and Patreon is where you pay us, and that will
What?
be.
What's a Patreon?
Well, like people actually start a. Most people start a free podcast, and then they
I
do
thought
this.
that's the only kind.
No, there's actually a paid one.
Those are called
If
Patreons.
we get enough subscribers, and we
They
do
call
a
it Paycast.
Patreon.
We'll call
No,
it
you
Paycast.
have to pay like $5 a month to be a
Paycast.
Patreon.
Why don't you call it Paycast?
We could call it that, but it's not called that. There's a website called Patreon,
Is there?
and you post your videos.
Do you know about this?
No clue.
Wow. You're supposed to be young. You're supposed to know. If you don't know physics, what do you know?
Why do
Why
we
are
put-
you here?
Why are you here?
Why are you here?
Why do we put you on Boat Talk? Well, we wanted you to have good
I'm-
content, but I'm feeling
For
like
surfing.
I'm feeling like.
We're surfing.
But we transitioned to physics, and you are adding nothing. To
I
it.
can't have.
And now I'm
basics.
telling you guys about Patreon. So Patreon, Larry, is how we're gonna monetize this thing.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna monetize it. All these 100 viewers,
It's all about monetizing.
they're gonna start paying us $5 a month. Oh, I agree. We should maybe charge $25 a month.
Yeah.
You think we can get $25 a month from 100 viewers? Think about the moolah when we were in
Yeah, the new
Oh.
nautique. That new nautique is calling, isn't
We're
it?
gonna, it's gonna pay for my nautique. I'm gonna get a new nautique next year because.
And that's a new episode of Boat Talk.
Yeah, well, we have got bonus content coming. If you get to our Patreon, which will maybe
Whatever that is.
whatever that
no
is.
idea what that is.
Well, I think we gotta get like what 5 episodes where we do a Patreon.
So boat problems.
Okay, we're gonna do boat. You know, should we
Is
talk
that enough
about
fun?
what happened on my last boat?
Yeah, because you had a boat problem.
Yes.
So we talked about this last time. There are boat issues you can have. One thing you can have is you can hit something and break your prop. So
Like a stump.
Right
a
on.
stump and then
A body.
you break your prop.
A body.
So what happened? You could hit a body.
Yeah.
That would probably be Actually, better.
Dude, so we were golfing
better,
yesterday.
yeah.
We went golfing yesterday, and we get to the
This is
first.
not boating.
I know, but I just had to say this. It's about water though.
All right.
So we go to the first tee of the golf course on the lake here, and there was a snapping turtle about this big
Yeah.
walking across one of the tee boxes going
Wow.
towards the water. It was like this big.
Wow.
And then as soon as it got in the water, there was a bunch of geese in the water, and it wasn't close to it.
Did you eat
They all
'em?
flew away.
Oh, wow.
Because they knew, because they do eat them. They come up behind them
Yeah.
and they grab the geese. I wanted to see that. That'd be kind of a
Wow.
sight. Like, kind of like Neutral
Jeff-
Momo
hey,
Wild.
yeah, viewers, this is what you call bonus content. You don't get this on just anything.
Only if you're a
You
I
really
Patreon.
mean,
don't.
Only if you're a Patreon.
Only if you're a Patreon.
Yeah.
Or a moron.
This is called bonus content.
Bonus content.
And
Snapping turtle. So it's like wildlife.
why wouldn't you want to watch this?
Like,
why wouldn't you want to watch this?
Who's the wild Neutral Momo guy?
Yeah, who is that
Perkins. Marlon Perkins?
God, that's like 40 years ago, dude. You're like dating yourself. 40, maybe 45 years ago.
It was.
No one knows who Marlon Perkins is. And
Really?
Mutual Omaha. Yes, I used to watch it on Sunday nights when I was like 5. So I think it's actually 50 years old because I'm 54. So
All right. Okay, never mind. I digress.
no one is.
But it was.
But anyway, this
It was a big ass snapping turtle.
let me tell you, it's good bonus content. Good bonus
And
content.
they're in water. I mean, they're in lakes
So
here.
I think
Snapping
we're gonna
turtles.
start doing every week, guys. We're gonna start doing viewer mail because you guys love the show so much.
We were talking about boat problems, weren't we?
Oh shit! Bert. Sorry, boat problems first.
So
then
you
we'll
had
do
your crappy
viewer
old boat.
Yeah.
What was always wrong with your crappy old boat?
mail. Well, the battery always died.
Yeah.
The battery died constantly.
Now, was that because of your fault or was the boat's fault?
Well, when you buy a 25-year-old boat, I'm gonna say
For
it's a boat's
for
fault.
$2,000.
I haven't had a problem with my newer boat. So not the battery.
Well,
Well, I
not the
busted
battery.
the prop. We busted the
We
prop.
busted.
So I was taking
Is
the
that like
kids-
busting a move?
Exactly. So I'm taking the kids tubing and I'm doing a turn and then I hear a pop
Yeah.
really loud. I
Was
don't
it
know.
pop or
I was-
kaboom?
Yeah, kind of a kaboom actually.
Yeah.
What was it?
Boom.
Was it more of a pop or kaboom?
Did you hear it? You were in the back, right? You were
Yeah. I was
Pop or
tubing.
kaboom?
It was more like a, from my
Or a
distance.
thwack?
A thwack.
That's the whack?
Thwack.
There it is.
So
It's whack.
it was crazy because it's in the middle of the lake. You don't expect to hit a stump in the middle of the lake. So we pulled the boat out. We stopped immediately, stopped tubing, just putted in. My whole boat was shaking, and I think it's because we put it up
Shake,
on the
rattle,
left.
and roll?
Unbalanced.
Put it up on the left.
Like shake,
and
back to the music, shake, rattle, roll? Jerry Lee Lewis?
Not at all like that.
Okay.
Now you're like 60 years old. None of our viewers. We've got a demographic to satisfy.
Your dad would know
I'm
that.
pretty sure.
Your dad would know that.
I'm pretty sure our
Your dad would know
demographic
that.
is all your kids, your son's friends, and they don't want to hear about.
Well, at least
6-year-old
they
music.
watch it.
I know, but
You're-
let's not give them content from the 40s and the 50s.
It's old school. They need to learn some of that stuff. Like, he doesn't know about physics. Now he needs to know about Marlon Perkins and old school.
I'm good.
We're gonna get back.
You don't
to,
know how good you're not.
We're gonna get back to the broken prop.
Broken props.
Broken
So-
pop.
And we're going to try to
I
insert the video
put-
because there's a video of us fixing it.
That we should
Actually,
try.
it was me fixing
You know, there's gonna be a second here. We're gonna stop, pause.
I filmed it.
We're gonna pause.
Pause.
We're gonna insert this video. And we're back.
And we're back.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you see that boat? You know, we had to prop one of the blades sheared clean off. So
I've
that
never heard of that.
it's crazy. You know, I had to go to the dealer and get a new prop. Thank God he had one. But you know how much it cost
Oh
me?
yeah.
Bust out another 1,000.
You got it right this time. $700, and I put it on myself. So I had
put
to
it
do
on.
He put it on. He
Actually,
put it on.
you're right. I had Larry put it on. But I probably could have done it myself if he wasn't here.
Yeah.
But Larry put it on. And saved my-
Physics,
he didn't
physics.
charge me anything.
No, he didn't.
He's a cheap date.
Yeah.
So $700 for new prop. So that's when they say bust down another 1,000. That's what they're talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, that was like a small problem.
So the second problem of boats, dead batteries, crying babies,
Okay, we got
crying babies, and bad gas.
bad gas.
And bad gas. Contaminated fuel. Other, AKA bad fuel.
Yeah.
Ethanol. The bane of a boater's existence.
Yeah.
Ethanol. Because
Should
you
we,
people from Iowa, you know, keep it in the fuel.
I'm from Michigan, buddy.
Dude, you got a Hawkeye hat on.
Well, I went to Iowa from Michigan.
I know, but what's the ethanol thing? I don't get it.
I don't know. It's cheap fuel.
It's not cheap fuel. It makes it more
Oh,
expensive.
this is definitely this part's getting cut.
All right. But
All
that's,
right.
but that's the problem with bad. Contaminated fuel causes problems. Third problem was overheating.
Yep.
Usually that's a belt. Uh-oh, what's that? We're at 20 minutes? Okay.
All right. Well, we got to go to viewer mail.
All
Right, so
Overheating.
comments from the last episode. First comment from Dylan. The sequel no one thought they needed. I think that's pretty.
It's your son.
Yeah, but we obviously need it, right? No one thought they needed it, but
But
we
they
actually
did.
did.
They did.
So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
comment.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay.
And then we got here. Let's see here. This really hit the spot. Haley Christensen.
There we go.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't mean to say
Like
last
a
name.
bag of fries.
Yeah,
Like a good bag of fries.
he loved it.
There we go.
Best show ever.
Best show ever.
And then here's one. This is in context. You have to understand it. So Perry, my nephew, wrote, "If Dom scored, it was the right choice." So I think I think you got to remember, we said he bailed on us for Boat Talk 2 because he had a date.
Oh, yeah, the hot day.
He had a hot date. Yeah. So that was it. Let's see here.
Not exactly
Here's
family
one from
friendly
Amy.
viewer content.
Amy, who is my brother's sister-in-law, she wrote, "Oh my God, you two! I think I'm getting dumber watching this." Amy, don't watch it.
Don't watch it.
Don't watch
Don't watch it.
Don't- we don't need you. We got 181 other fans. We don't need you. Stop. And here's one from Ava, your niece.
Yeah.
Didn't know this much about boats till now. You know what?
Succinct.
Very good. I love it. I love it. Ava,
Shout out.
shout out to Ava. You're
Yeah.
allowed to come back. All right, the last comment here. This is from Isabella, your other niece,
Another nice.
and she wrote, "Thank you, sir. This was very educational." I can tell you what, guys.
That was.
That was.
It was
I gotta
educational.
say it was. You know, I'm gonna say
Lamborghinis, boat problems, surfing.
next time on Boat Talk, we're gonna do a whole section. Like half the show is just gonna be viewer mail.
Yeah. Well, we need a guest with a little more content.
Wait, are you bagging on Connor?
A little bit. I mean, what was the physics thing?
Connor, come on, man. You gotta step it up, man.
All right. So go back and work on your
All right.
on your material. All right,
All right,
guys.
everybody.
Thanks.
Hey, thank you much. This was
Was
Boat
Boat
Talk.
Talk.